Hi, good evening. It's Grace, your home chef. I'm at it again. Tonight I'm gonna prepare something very special. Zuni Chicken, San Francisco favorite restaurant. It's actually my 17th wedding anniversary, so I'm gonna prepare a very special meal for myself and my wife. And here we go. So what I did first, I got a small chicken. That's what the recipe calls for. I brined it for most of the day, actually this morning, and then I dry brined it. It's nice and dry, so I patted it down with paper towels. And so it's nice and dry, so it's ready for me to stuff it with herbs. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So what I'm putting in is some leaves of sage from my garden. And what you want to do is you want to stick your finger underneath the skin without, ripping it. That way you can put the leaves underneath the skin, just in different areas. Over the breast, underneath the legs, in between the legs, and between the wings. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the sage in first. Like so. Calls to brine it for at least 2 days, but you don't have to. It's actually, if you dry brine it, it makes the chicken skin really crispy. So I'm gonna add some more sage. I don't know where the legs are. Also, don't forget to preheat your oven at 475. You want to start off really hot. That way it really crisps the skin and it'll really lock in all the juices. So I'm going to put the thyme underneath. And use enough, because this is gonna really make the chicken flavorful. You could even add the thyme in the cavity and the sage. So that'll really give the chicken some really good flavor. I'm going to add some to the cavity of the chicken. Also calls for some rosemary. I didn't have any fresh rosemary in my garden, so I'm going to use some dry rosemary. Say hello to rain. I'm just going to sprinkle the rosemary all around. Very simple to prepare. I'm using an organic chicken. I bought a fryer from Whole Foods. It's like the perfect chicken to roast this type of with these ingredients. Wash your hands. Wash my hands. Okay, after you add all the herbs in the bird, it doesn't call for garlic, but I like adding garlic to my chicken. So what I did was I cut the garlic in a little thinly sliced slithers, and I am gonna tuck the garlic underneath the skin, kind of adding an ingredient to the Zuni chicken. I just love the flavor of garlic. It's also good for you. Some of the wing. Add some garlic to the neck area. I think I'm going to add some herbs to the neck area as well. So after you add all the herbs, the garlic, I'm going to season it with salt and fresh pepper, brown pepper. I love this pepper grinder. It's convenient. Battery operated. So make sure you season it well with pepper. I'm going to turn the bird over. Do the same thing. And it calls to bake the chicken in a skillet, but I'm going to leave it in the roasting pan, just like this. So after you season it with salt and pepper, that's about it. No more seasoning. To prevent it from burning, I'm going to add a little olive oil. Just a little, just on top, like so. And once you do that, the oven should be at 475, so I'm going to stick this in the oven for about 90 minutes. I'll check on it to see how it's going. And in the meantime, I'll prepare the dish and the garnish that goes along with it. Actually, it's a salad that goes with it. So I'll be back in 90 minutes, and I will prepare the salad that goes along with it. And also I'm going to toast some bread. I have some wheat bread that I'm going to roast and kind of cut it in cubes and add it to the pan to toast. And so I'll do that the last maybe 15 minutes, and we'll be back in 90 minutes. Thank you. Hi, we're back. It's been about 90 minutes, and I checked the chicken and it seems like it's okay. This is the way it turned out. Very good, very delicious. It's now I'm gonna cut it. And I forgot to mention, at 475, you want to cook it for about the first 30 minutes and then lower the temperature a notch. I'd say 375 for another 30 minutes, and then 350 for the rest. And you don't need to tent it. This is how it turns out. The skin's nice and crispy. So I am going to cut it. And I place the baby romaine lettuce on a plate, as you can see. So I'm going to leave the leg and the thigh intact. Just place it on the plate. You can leave the herbs as well, the way they are. There's that. Another piece of chicken. The leg. The wings. So look how juicy and tender it turned out. The skin's nice and crispy. So we're going to place that in the center. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this breast in half. Big piece. Like so. There we go. And for a side, besides the salad around, I'm going to put a little balsamic vinegar around. Just like so. I've made some roasted asparagus. I think we'll have this for our vegetable. Go. Like that. Side. And then to drink, Donna picked out a rosé, a red car, one of our favorites. I think I'm going to pour myself a glass. Would you like a glass, please? So while I take a drink, I'm toasting the bread that is added to the salad, and that should be toasted. And I put it in the same pan as the chicken with the drippings. So I'm going to remove that now. It should be done. Okay. So I'm going to add the bread around. It's nice and toasted. Oops. Like so. And I used just a little bit of wheat bread. You could use any type of bread. You could use sourdough bread. You could use a baguette. I'm using a wheat bread with some seeds. So, and that's about it. And here it is, Zuni Chicken, my version. Thanks for joining us. And here you go. Here, Donna, take your wine. Cheers. Happy anniversary. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.